Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Arya. This is the last vlog from our Salalah trip as it was the last day we spent there. It was Eid and we got to spend a festive day in another country. It was a beautiful morning and I was feeling sad that the next day we'll have to leave from here. We had a lovely stay and I enjoyed it so much. As it was Eid, we had a huge spread for the breakfast, which as usual we all devoured. As I said, it was Eid, the resort was very crowded and most of the food were getting over pretty quickly, but there were no delay in refilling it. After a wonderful breakfast, everybody wanted to take rest and to take the day slow. So we all headed back to our rooms. Kids were enjoying by running around and I also felt happy as there were no screen time. More than us, I think they were the ones that enjoyed this trip to the fullest. I had other plans and didn't want to sit around, so I asked my husband to take us on a drive to the places that were there on our itinerary that the others didn't want to go. First stop was to go to Sultan Qaboos Mosque as it was near to our resort. Today, as I said, it was Eid, we couldn't go in, but I've read that tourists can visit this place, but not during the prayer time. I felt disappointed as it was closed today and would have loved to visit such a beautiful mosque. This is the Salalah clock tower. Even though the clock is very small, the tower looked nice. We can see this a lot on Google when we search for Salalah. As I was disappointed I couldn't go to the mosque, we decided to go to Al Balid Archaeological Center. This was one place that I was looking forward to go to, but unfortunately, this place was also closed. And that is when I realized, unlike in UAE, everything here would be closed on Eid, which was a huge blow for me as I felt sad and realized I couldn't visit these places on this trip. There was an indoor museum and an open air section where we could have learned a lot more about this country. Hopefully, next time. Now to cheer ourselves up, we decided to go to this mall, which was the Salalah Grand Mall. The exterior of this mall was so good, it looked very grand indeed. I was shocked to find that the mall was also closed. In Dubai, it is a rare sight, so we decided to walk around and see the mall. Even Lulu Center was closed. I've never seen a closed Lulu in the mall, maybe because of the time we go there, but a mall fully closed on a festive day was an unimaginable thing. One perfume shop was open and they said everything will be open after 1 o'clock. So we just walked around and clicked few pictures of the kids. Disappointment after disappointment awaited us. So we headed back to our resort and everyone decided to go for lunch. But as everything is closed, we had to hunt for an hour. Thankfully, a small cafeteria was open and they gave us food. After filling us up, we went to Shaat View Point, which was a very long drive and it didn't feel very safe. The mountains were too steep, but the view was very beautiful with lots of twists and turns. My anxiety was so high that I was not in a mood to film all those beautiful views, but now looking back, I do regret it. Also, there was a checkpoint where soldiers were present. One of our friends had suggested to carry our passports with us, just in case. Thankfully, they didn't check our car and let us pass. Not to mention the fact that I had forgotten to take my Finally, when we reached there, they had covered the area with grills. I had seen in a lot of videos where people were climbing down to the edge of the cliff, but thankfully it was closed off, so only this much was visible. We reached there around 3 or 4, and by this time the sea and the sky looked so pretty that you couldn't distinguish it from each other. Oh yeah, while coming down, I did take a few clips, and here they are. Isn't it beautiful? From there, we went to Mughsail beach. As it was a festive day, it was very crowded, and also a lot of bachelors and vendors were there. They were also enjoying by clicking pictures and roaming around in groups. Kids were very happy once we landed on the beach. The minute we landed on the beach, a lot of requests were coming in. One wanted to play in the water right away, another one wanted to run around, and the little lady wanted an ice cream. Rejecting all these requests, we told them we came here to see something magical. Mughsail beach is famous for its blowholes. There are geyser-like eruptions which happen that are caused by the pressurized seawater that flow beneath the surface. When we reached there, the tide wasn't very high, so we could only see this much. People were selling all sorts of things like toys, kites, juices, bubbles, ice creams, anything that could attract kids. While walking on the bridge, we could see the path through which water flowed, the ones that comes down the mountain. It was fun and surprisingly delightful to see people in their festive clothes and enjoying their day with family and friends. Everybody you see there had a smile on their face. This was a very beautiful and scenic beach. Sad that we couldn't spend a lot of time there as we had to head back, get dinner before the people came to pick up the rental car. We dropped everybody at the hotel and went to get some souvenirs before the men from the rent-a-car came. It was my wish to go for a night ride, and it actually happened. Just me and my husband. But unlike the romantic night ride that I had in my mind, this was a hurried one where we were trying to figure out the way and the shops that we wanted to go to. Only the shopping malls were open, so we headed to Salalah Gardens Mall. It was a really cool mall where there was an open area in the middle. Families were enjoying their time there, kids were running around, and I loved the whole vibe of this place. But we couldn't enjoy any of those as we were hurriedly running towards Carrefour to get our stuff. Oh, by the way, you can get fridge magnets from there. Just wanted to have one last glimpse of this place before we left. After dinner, I took Kutu with me to take one last look at the resort that we stayed in. When we came back, the men went to deal with the settlements of the car and the hotel that we stayed in and arranged for our pickup for early next morning. Ladies, on the other hand, were busy with packing. Kids badly wanted to swim in the pool today, but as we came home late and then had to go do other things, they couldn't go, which was disappointing for them. Nevertheless, we all had an amazing vacation and a wonderful stay at this resort, and we will miss this place. Kutu having his last look at the kids' pool, which he couldn't enjoy today. Anyways, it was already late and they wouldn't let us enter the pool as they were closing off and putting things away. Even though it was late, we could see people playing and walking around the place. The best part of the night was the cool breeze and the sounds of the waves crashing onto the shores. I would have loved to take a night stroll, but as I didn't have the guts to walk alone at night with my little boy, I didn't go there. Just observed it from my backyard. We all got up early and loaded the luggage and the kids onto a van and said goodbye to our hotel. As it was very early, the roads were nearly empty. Finally, we reached the airport and thanked the driver. The airport was also not very crowded. Kunyu was feeling grumpy as he wanted to sleep and then complained that he was hungry. After we gave in our luggage and got our boarding pass, we let the kids walk around in the duty-free section. Kutu was eyeing all the Lego sets so he can put in his demands once we reach back. As the place was quite empty, we told the boys that they could sit anywhere they wanted to. By this time, I was feeling hungry and there was only this Subway shop that was open, so I got a sandwich from there. The boys, on the other hand, didn't want anything from there, so thankfully a cafe was open and they got their things from there. It was a very cute cafe and we spent quite some time there. Kutu got a pasta and Kunyu got a big slice of chocolate cake. There goes my dancer, trying to burn all that he ate. In a way, it's good as this really helps once he's in the plane. The minute we lift off, he'll be fast asleep. After the dance, we took him to a nearby play area, which had opened by then. With a whole lot of good memories, we said bye to this beautiful country. Subscribe and we'll catch you in the next one.